Can you see me? I'll make sure this camera works. Hey friends, what's up everybody? All right, awesome. How's everyone doing today? Good. Oh, hi everyone. All right, so we're gonna do some yoga. Get your mats ready, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started right away. Hold on, guys. Am I on my right Instagram account or is this my yoga Instagram? I hope it is. We'll see. Hopefully it is. All right, fingers crossed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started by laying on our backs. So just go ahead and take up some space here. You can take the soles of the feet on the ground, like really, really far apart, and then let your knees come together in the middle. And let them just relax there, and you can take the hands onto the abdomen. I like to put my left hand on my heart and just take a couple moments to really align yourself with your breathing. I'm gonna come over there so that I can see you guys and so that you can hear me. But I want you to go ahead and start taking the deepest breath that you've taken all day. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And on the next breath in, I want you to take a super nice deep breath. Fill the lungs all the way up. And then on the exhale, open the mouth. Let everything go. And the next breath in, go ahead and fill the lungs all the way up. And then exhale through the mouth. Now just taking a couple more breaths, really nice and deep on your own. I'm really sorry that my computer keeps dinging. I know how to turn my phone on silent, but I don't know how to turn my laptop on silent. So there's that. That's okay. So we're laying on our back. Feet are wide, knees are together. And then whenever you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and just take the knees, hug them into the chest. We're gonna gently rock side to side. Good, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and place those feet back down onto the mat. They're hip distance apart now, so they're not too wide like they were before. We're gonna bring our hands down onto the mat. And then on the next breath in, we're gonna lift our hips up to the sky. Keep your gaze up, so don't turn your head side to side. Now on the exhale, go ahead and lower your hips back down onto the mat. And we're gonna do a couple more of these on your own breath. Breathing in, lifting the hips all the way up. And then exhaling as we drop the hips back down. And while you're doing this, we're gonna warm the spine up. So on your own, moving with your own breath as you lift the hips. Imagine the energy moving with your breath and rolling up and down the spine. We'll do 2 more of these. Take a deep breath in. Out. Full long inhales. Slow deep exhales. 1 more. And after that last breath, we're going to go ahead and take our knees. We're going to bring them up. So I like to think of it like a right angle from my foot to my knee, and then from my knee to my hip. And then I try to keep my knees stacked over my hips here. You can take your hands out beside you now. Gaze can go up or you can look from side to side. On the next breath in, go ahead and draw your knees over to the right a little bit. So I'm trying to keep my left shoulder grounded on the mat. And then on the inhale, take it back towards center, and then exhale over to the left. So we're kind of just adding some mobility in the lower spine here as we rock side to side. So it's not important that our knees touch the ground. That's not what we're going for. We're kind of just inviting some movement. So move with your breath here, left to right. As you roll back and forth on the sacrum, as the low back, low abdomen starts working. We're going to do 2 more of these. And after you've done your second one, let's go ahead and take your feet all the way up. So legs are straight. They don't have to be completely straight. That's not like super accessible for everyone, but try to get them like as straight as possible, okay? So on the next breath in, we're gonna reach both hands up towards our feet. So my core is nice and engaged, and I'm lifting my shoulders off the ground. We're gonna tap that right foot down off the mat. Then on the inhale, we're gonna switch. We're gonna do this a couple of times. So count 10 in your head. Notice how my shoulders are still off the ground. My core is really, really nice and tight. I wasn't counting, so let's do 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Bring your knees up to the sky, and then let them rock side to side. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Next breath in, we're going to do it again. So go ahead and release the feet. Bring the toes up to the sky again. We're going to lift up our head, neck, and shoulders in our hands. We're going to let that right foot come down onto the mat. And then switch. So just count to 10 on your own. It's really hard for me to talk while doing this. 7, 8, 9, keep breathing. 10. Good. Go ahead and take knees up, rock them side to side again. Now go ahead and take the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And bring your arms out like a goalpost or cactus and just take up a lot of space. Feel really open in the heart. Feel the gentle opening in the hips here. And if this is uncomfortable, if you have yoga blocks, you can place the blocks underneath your knees. And if you don't have blocks, you can just make fists and place them underneath your thighs, and that'll keep them from opening so much. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And whenever you're ready, we're going to go ahead and release, bring both of our knees up. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back, or you can just tap your fingers behind your ears. I like mine interlaced. We're going to do some little bicycle things, so these are super fun. On the next breath in, we're going to draw that left knee to that right elbow here. And then we're going to switch. So we're going opposite. We're just getting our core nice and warm. 3, 2, 1. Hold that elbow and knee together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch. Hold that elbow and knee together. And while you're doing this, press your core really, really far down. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Awesome. Hold on to the knees here, and we're going to just take some hip circles. So begin making some circles. Maybe you go one direction or both directions, or maybe your knees, are going the same way. Do whatever feels good for your body. If you're going one way, just go ahead and switch now. Taking a couple more nice, deep, intentional breaths. I'm going to come up here and check the chat, make sure everybody's good. So moving with your breath. Hi, everyone. All right. So we got our knees hugged into our chest. We can gently start rocking forward and backward now. So just come all the way up to a seat. We're just going to cross the legs, come over, plant the hands, and move into a downward facing dog. So before you get there, make sure that your hands, fingers are nice and wide. These are your feet now, okay? So we're not gonna be like this. Really nice and wide, pressing through like the pointer finger knuckle is where you want the most pressure. Right, so we're in our downward facing dog. We're gonna stay here for a couple nice deep breaths. So maybe you wanna add some movement here by bending a knee, or maybe making some circles in the ankles or something like that. Maybe you wanna rock your hips side to side. Maybe you lift high up on the toes. Maybe you bend your knees, up to you. Wherever you are, just make sure that you're focusing on your breathing. Taking one more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. Let's take another deep breath in together, but lift high on the toes on the inhale. And then on the exhale, open the mouth and bring the heels back down. We're gonna do that again. Inhale, lift high on the toes. And exhale through the mouth, let it all go. Good job, everybody. So on the next breath, then we're gonna take that right foot, lift it all the way up to the sky. You can bend the knee here and open the hip. It's really hard if you try to keep your hips square and then you just use that like, I don't know, I think it's just your glute muscle to do a little work here. Then whenever you're ready, we're gonna hug that right knee into the nose, core plank, shift your weight forward and try to bring your knee as close to your nose as possible before planting it between the hands. Awesome. On the next breath in, become light on the hands. So we're shifting our weight from our hands to our feet again. Have this foot like really strong, really engaged, and kind of like pulling back, and then pull that back foot forward. So we're like pulling the mat together here. On the inhale, send that right arm up. So we're kind of in this like runner's twist. And while you're here, think about pulling your core up off your thigh. Back leg is still nice and strong. Good, staying here for 3, 2, 1. The next breath in, take both arms up, crescent pose. So remember that this leg is still nice and bent. When you get there, take your shoulders up to your ears. And then exhale, relax them down. That's nice. We're gonna take water wheel now. So taking that left hand forward, right hand back. And stay here for one nice deep breath. And then after that breath, go ahead and move back to crescent. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be facing you anymore. Plant the back foot, warrior 2. So get really juicy in this hip and in this leg. It's kind of like this is lazy, this is working. Okay. Take a deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, peaceful warrior. Send that right hand up to the sky. And then whenever you're ready, we're coming back up into warrior 2. Straighten that front leg and we're gonna move into triangle. So I like to think about, I'm gonna turn around because that's annoying. I like to think about I'm a little teapot when I do triangle pose. So you're tilting at the hips to get there. Okay, so let's do that. Our legs are straight, tilt at the hips and then place that hand down. Good. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bend that front knee. We're gonna move into side angle. So a lot of people put their arm here, but I notice like people just dump in this arm. So you can put your arm here if you want to, but no dumping allowed. If you wanna do more work, I just take my arm and press it into my leg and press my leg into my arm, and I use my core to lift my body up. So here we are. And then after that, we're gonna just go ahead and let both hands plant in front of the foot. I'm gonna turn around because I'm facing the back of my mat now. So both hands are facing, framing that front foot. Let the left hand plant, right arm up to the sky. Back in that runner's twist. All right, so now we're in this runner's twist. Make sure that your left hand is really nice and firmly planted here. And then we're gonna gently shift our weight to the left as we move into a side plank. So stay strong here. And wherever you are, just like lift up this side. There we go. If this is uncomfortable and you want to do a modified side plank, you can put this leg down. 2 more breaths in this pose. So try to make your breaths nice and long. Try to smile too. And after that breath, go ahead and let the right hand plant. Bend the knees and come all the way down onto your stomach. We're going to take a Sphinx pose here. So I like to take my hands, they're parallel from one another, and my elbows are kind of like under my shoulders. I'm gently pulling my elbows back and pulling my heart forward. Maybe your heartbeat is pumping really fast. Maybe your breathing isn't as long as it was in the beginning. But just take this moment here to circle back to your breath. Circle back to that calm. And circle back to that peace. Whenever you're ready, we're going to just press off the hands. We're going to come into a child's pose. So bring your chest down. You can take your knees out wide, toes together. You can let your body just rest in between. If your arms are tired, you can place them by your sides instead of in front of you. Just take a couple moments here to try to lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. On the next breath in, whenever you're ready, you can come all the way up. Start by activating those arms. So take the bend out of the elbows and go ahead and look between the hands. Like as if you were in a downward dog already, but you're not because we haven't gotten there yet. But if you get your arms ready, you don't have to adjust everything. When you get there, go ahead and come up, tuck the toes behind you, and then we're going to meet in the downward facing dog. So my arms were already prepared for that. And the next breath in, lift high on the toes. And then exhale, bring the heels back down onto the mat. We're going to do that again, inhaling, lift high on the toes. And then exhale, bring the heels back and down. Good, we got another side to go. So on the next breath in, lift that left leg up to the sky. You can bend the knee here, make some circles in the hip. We're going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and hug that knee into your nose. Shift your weight forward until you finally get that foot between the hands. So if you didn't get your foot between the hands, just pick it up, put it there. It's really not a big deal. Okay, let that right hand plant. Now on the next breath in, lift that left arm all the way up to the sky. While we're in this pose, we've got this left leg still nice and bent. And I'm like lifting up in my chest, pulling this left arm up to the sky. So I'm like feeling really long from hand to hand here. And the next inhale, come up to crescent. Taking a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, we're going to move into a water wheel. So right hand goes forward, left hand goes back. And if this is like not accessible, I sometimes put my left hand or my back hand on my hip. Inhaling back up to center. Exhale, warrior 2, plant the back foot. I feel like my legs are so wide. There we go. On the next breath in, we're going to move into peaceful warrior. Letting that left arm come up to the sky. And then exhaling back to center. Go ahead and straighten that leg. We're gonna move into triangle. So, taking a deep breath in. And then exhale, tipping all the way over and letting that hand come down onto the leg. While you're in this pose, try to pull this left hip forward, right hip backward, because the likelihood is that we're still kind of not squared all the way, or not open all the way. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bend that front knee, side angle. So I gave you the option on the other side to use your arm here if you want to, but we're not dumping in the arm. So make sure if you're using this arm here, just please stay really lifted in the chest. If you're not doing that, just go ahead and press this front hand into that front leg. Awesome. Good. Go ahead and release. Let's frame that front foot. My back heel is coming up off the ground here. We're going to let that right hand plant on the mat. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Then whenever you're ready, we're going to move into side plank on the right side. So I'm facing this way now, but I'm going to turn around so that you guys can see me. So we're going to take this side plank. If you need to, just bring your foot back and lift the left hand up. I had some other stuff we were going to do in our side plank, but I totally forgot on the other side, so I don't feel like it would be even to do it now. But hit me up if you want those. I'll give them to you later. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Let your left hand come down onto the mat to meet the right. You can bend the knees or not. Take a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale into a child's pose. Turning around. Wherever you are, taking another minute to focus on your breathing. Maybe ask yourself, am I still sending the energy through my body with each breath? Taking one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Now on the next inhale, plant the hands, get the arms nice and ready, tuck the toes, and we're going to meet again in a down dog. We'll only be here for a short moment though, because we're going to just walk our hands back to our feet. When you get there, you can take your feet like hip distance apart and let the knees bend a lot. We're going to hang out in a ragdoll, so if you want to, you've got some options. You can keep your hands on the ground. You can shift your weight forward and backward. You can grab opposite elbows and let everything relax. If you want a deeper stretch like in your neck, you can interlace your fingers and place them behind your head, but don't pull on your head. Just let gravity do the work. And if you've got your elbows out, make sure that they're kind of facing back. So I'm not pulling here, I'm kind of just relaxing. And then wherever else you are, if you don't have your hands on your neck, just let your head hang heavy because we're not going to fall here. So just let your head relax. You're not going to fall. You'll be fine. Let's take one more nice deep breath in together. And then exhale through the mouth. All right, on the next breath, then we're going to slowly roll all the way up. Standing. And once you get there, take a deep breath in, bring the shoulders up to the ear, and exhale down the back. I love doing that, so we're going to do it again. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, back and down one more time. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhaling, back and down. Good. So on the next breath, then we're going to reach both of our arms out and up. I'm gonna interlace my fingers here because I'm gonna keep my pointer fingers extended. The next breath in, I'm gonna feel tall. And then on the exhale, I'm gonna shift my weight over so that I'm getting a nice side stretch in the left side. And we're gonna do both sides, so I don't know if it's mirrored or the same when I do it on a computer, but we'll do both sides. So the next breath in, come up. And then on the exhale, going the other way, side stretch. And when I do these side stretches, I try to take this top shoulder because sometimes we end up like this, right? I try to take this top shoulder and pull it back. So I'm more like open in my heart. Well, mostly like the side, but it may be like a slight gentle, almost back bend. Okay, one more time, come up. Exhale, other way. Inhaling, come back up. And then exhale, one more time. And come up. And go ahead and release the hands. Maybe you want to shake them out. Maybe you want to rock side to side, your arms left and right. I always feel like this is so like kid-like or playful. It makes me feel kind of relaxed. Good. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna do some neck rolls here. So on the next breath in, feel tall. And on the exhale, take your chin to your chest. On the next breath in, gently rock your head over to one side. And then just moving with your own breath, you can rock your head side to side. Doing whatever feels good for you. Maybe when your head is over like on one side with one ear to the shoulder, maybe you like take the other shoulder and you make some circles to feel what that feels like. Or maybe you take the hand of the ear that's to the shoulder, if that makes sense. And grab onto the other inner elbow and gently pull it down and away from you. Whenever you're ready, just do the other side. So if you've been going one direction, it's time to switch now. If you did something on one side, try to even it out. Do it on the other side. And asking yourself now, am I still in this moment? Am I still in this moment using this breath? Because whenever you're ready, just come all the way up. You can bring your hands to heart center now. But when we do yoga that's really fast and really difficult, I have to focus on my breath and I have to focus on the moment. When I start doing yoga that's a lot more slow, my mind tends to wander. So I guess the question is, what is really more difficult for you? And how can we make it all calm and all be here, right? Okay, so we're gonna bring our hands to heart center. I don't know if you noticed this, but I just kind of like opened my toes really wide and grabbed onto the mat here. So I'm really rooted down. I'm gonna face this way in a moment, but you guys should all be at the back of your mat. Take your hands to heart center. We're gonna do some balancing and it's gonna be really fun. Okay. On the next breath in, go ahead and bend that right knee and lift that right knee up. So we're gonna stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and grab onto the knee and the foot and open that knee out. So you can stay here and you're gonna feel this in the right hip, or you can bend that left knee and place this right ankle over the left thigh. And I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see what's going on here. This is a really nice hip opener in this side. And the more that I bend this leg, the more I feel it. So you can stay here, or if you want to play and take some more like arm balancey type of things, you can place your hands down onto the mat. Or you can stay here in like a fold because this feels really nice. If you want to come down like this, like I'm still not sitting, I'm kind of just on my left foot here. But if you want to take an arm balance, I forget what this is called. I call this like a flying figure 4 or something. What I'm first going to do is I'm going to take these toes and I'm going to flex them a lot. I'm going to grab onto the outer edge of this arm. And whenever we're doing arm balances, it's really important, sorry, I'm turning side to side, that you keep the elbows bent and pulling back. Okay, so in this arm balance, we're gonna go ahead and grab onto the outer part of this arm here, and we're gonna take this arm in here. So my right knee is on my right upper arm, and when I bend this arm here, it's gonna be like a table or a shelf. So maybe you just kind of flip your weight, flip your body over, but you don't take this back toes off. Or maybe you do, and you balance for just a moment, or maybe you just do some hops like this, whatever feels good for you. If you've been just chilling on this one leg and you're like, I'm dying, I'm so sorry. Take one more breath like that. And whenever you're done, we're gonna meet back in that standing figure four. Go ahead and lift that right leg up, and then take a big old step. So it doesn't have to be that big of a step. I was just talking to someone earlier. It really just depends on your flexibility level, but we're gonna move into a pyramid pose. So if you're not very flexible, your feet might be here. If you're very flexible, maybe you're over here. So just take like one step and see how it goes, and then adjust based on how your body feels. I put my hands on my hips first, make sure that I'm facing forward. You can grab onto opposite elbows behind you. Find length in the spine here. And then exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So what I'm feeling is a stretch in my hamstring on my right leg, which is my front leg. And with my hands behind my back, I feel like I'm leading with my heart. My collarbones are nice and wide, nice and open. My core is still engaged because if I'm jumping in my core, it's not going to be as good of a stretch. Nice. We're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths. So try to kind of pull your shoulders away from the ears if they're up there. Send your breath to that back right hamstring. One more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. And after that, exhale. You can bring your hands to the ground so you can let this front knee bend. And we're going to lift up that back leg and cross it behind the right. So the left foot is behind the right foot. And I'm going to turn so you can see me that my legs are crossed. We're just taking like a nice forward fold with the legs crossed here. That's different than like our normal fold. Maybe you shift a little forward and backward just to feel that out. If you're tired and you want to meet in just a regular forward fold with your knees nice and bent in a ragdoll, you can. Otherwise, we're going to move into an Ardha Chandrasana or half moon pose. So the right hand is going to stay strong, right leg is going to stay, and the left leg is going to go up. So I want you to see this. My left hip is here, and then I just stacked it on top of my right hip. So my intention here is to be flat, like I was between 2 panes of like glass or something, like 2 windows or something like that, right? So that's the goal. Because if this hip is not aligned over the other hip, then we're not flat, right? So staying here for 3, 2, 1, and then go ahead and meet in a forward fold. Let the knees bend a lot. You can take that left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Let the left knee bend and the right knee is going to be really nice and straight here. And then go ahead and switch, bringing the right hand down, bending the right leg, and then the left arm goes up. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and release. We're going to slowly roll all the way up to standing. When you get there, take the shoulder to the ears. Exhale, draw them on the back. I was at the back of the mat, so I'm just going to go back there again. And we've got another side. So first, ground yourself. Feel really rooted on your feet. And then we're going to take the left leg up. See, I wasn't actually rooted. I was just talking. All right. So let's take a left leg up. We're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna go ahead and take the left knee into the left hand, left foot into the right hand, and open that up. You can stay here, or you can place that ankle over the side. You can stay, you can bend a knee, you can take a fold if you want. Just try to keep this knee bent a lot, so then you're actually feeling it in your left hip. If you want to fly, I'll teach it again, and I'll try to be quicker this time so you have more time to play. But let your hands plant, make sure the fingers are open really nice and wide. My left toes are grabbing onto my right arm. So that's like, I want you to see this. That's like my foot is like grabbing this part. And my arm is bent because this is gonna be the shelf. That makes sense? All right. So, come closer to you guys. Now I'm placing this left knee on top of the upper part of my left arm, and then I'm shifting my weight forward. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. Then maybe you like stay here, or maybe you lift up that back leg. If you want like a fuller expression is extending that back leg all the way out, but I'm so tired today, I don't know if I can do it. Something like that. So we're gonna take 3 more breaths here. Whatever expression of the pose that you're in is the right one for you. Maybe you're like, forget all that, and you've just been doing something else the whole time, and that's okay too. And after that 3rd breath, just go ahead and bend this right knee a lot and come all the way up. We're gonna take that left knee kind of hugged into the chest again, and then just take a nice big step. I'm out of breath from like talking and doing so much core today. So we're gonna move into pyramid pose. Take the hands on the hips, shift the hips so that they're both facing forward. And then grab opposite elbows again, but this time grab the other elbow. So one of your elbows is the weird way, one is not. Good. Find length on the inhale. And then on the exhale, go ahead and fold. So what's really important here is that we're drawing that left hip back, right hip forward, and we're feeling the stretch in the left hamstring. I'm gonna let go of my elbows so I can explain something to you. But you guys are familiar with cat pose and cow pose, right? On the inhale, the gaze is up, tailbone is raised, and then on the exhale, tailbone tucks under, chin to chest. So I wanted you to see that because when I tuck my tailbone under, like chin to chest, and I fold, I'm rounding in the back, and I'm not feeling this in the hamstring. When I poke my tailbone out, and I lean my heart forward like I'm in cow pose, I really feel it. So if you don't know if you're doing it right, just go ahead and tuck your tailbone under, and then poke your tailbone out and be like, wow, there's so much of a difference. You guys are awesome. Okay, on the next one, go ahead and just let your hands come down onto the mat. We're gonna lift up this right foot, place it behind the left foot so our legs are nice and crossed. And we're just gonna hang out here for a couple breaths. And this forward fold with crossed legs. You can let your head and neck relax. I notice that sometimes my neck is like really tense up here, and we don't need that. We just want to be chill. So staying here for 3, 2, 1. The next pose we're going to move into is half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. And if you're like, I don't want to do that, you can just meet us in a ragdoll. Otherwise, we're going to lift up that right foot, stack that right hip on top of the left, and take the left arm up to the sky. Sorry, right arm up to the sky. And also, like if you have textbooks at your house or yoga blocks and you can't reach the floor, like there's no shame in using props, because if you can do this every day, you can eventually do this every day, which will take you to this every day, which will take you to the floor. As opposed to if you're on the floor and you're doing it with poor form and then you just learn it wrong, right? So it's not actually taking you closer to your goal. All right, go ahead and meet in a forward fold. Let the knees bend a lot. We're gonna slowly roll all the way up to standing. Take a deep breath in, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, down the back. The next breath in, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, fold, plant the hands, and walk back to the down dog. Take a deep breath in, lifting high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, bring them down onto the mat. Maybe you want to take like some hip circles here or rock your hips side to side. If you want to take some circles on the wrist, do what feels good for you. But we'll stay in this pose for about 2 more nice deep breaths. And after your second breath, lift that right leg up, extend it long, keep these toes flexed. Then we're going to place those toes on the mat, gently press back, so you'll feel that in the back of the right calf. This is one of my favorites. And then on the next breath in, go ahead and release that foot, lift it all the way up again. And then we're going to just tap it on the left side, bring it over, tap it on the right. One more time, tap all the way over on the left. Exhale, tap all the way over on the right, except this time just let it stay there. So our right foot is in line with our left knee, and we're going to come all the way up. I'm going to face you so you guys can see me. Here we go. The next breath in, take the arms up. Exhale, send the right hand down the right leg, left arm up to the sky. Side stretch on the left side. Feel yourself expanding through these lungs here. And then on the exhale, plant that left hand down, right arm goes up, and you can take this like a modified ball and triangle if you want to. Just send those hips forward, heart forward. You can take some circles in the wrist or in the shoulder. And then whenever you're ready, just take this left foot, bring it in a little more, and then we're going to sit outside that foot. So when you get there, keep this right leg nice and active. My toes are flexed. And I'm going to gently turn towards that leg. And the next breath in, we're going to find length. And then on the exhale, we're going to fold. So when we're folding here, we're also hinging at the hips, so not rounding the back. Okay, lead with your heart. The next breath in, come all the way up. And then we're going to pick up this right leg. I like to grab under the knee. We're going to cross that right foot outside the left knee. On the inhale, find length. And then on the exhale, we're going to take a twist towards the right. So I know a lot of people that get confused with like which way to twist. Whichever leg is on the top, this hip, that's the way we're going. At least in my classes for this pose. So you can grab that right knee into the body with the left hand and like turn to the right. Just making sure that you're inhaling and lengthening and then exhaling and deepening your stretch. Or you can take that left hand, put it in front of that thigh and gently press. You have that like traction going here. Lengthening on the inhales. And twisting on the exhales. On the next breath in, we're going to go ahead and come back up to center. Uncross your legs and, sorry, I'm going to face this way. This is the way that you guys are. And bring your feet down onto the mat. I'm going to bring my hands behind me, fingers facing me, so they're not facing out, they're facing in. We're going to take a reverse tabletop. So on the next breath in, we're going to lift up our hips. Our head's going to be like in line with the body, staying here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Cross the feet, come back into an all-fours position. When you get there, take a nice round of cat and cow. Inhale, gaze up, tailbone up. Exhale, round the back, check the chest. We're going to do one more of those. Inhale, wide through the collarbone. And exhaling, tuck my tailbone under. Good. Come all the way back up to center. We're gonna take that left leg, extend it nice and long. Let's keep these toes nice and flexed as we bring that foot down onto the ground and gently shift our weight back so we can feel that stretch in the back of the left calf. I can't even not smile in this pose. This is my favorite for sure. It's always the little things, you know? Okay, on the next breath in, lift that foot up. And I like to keep this like glute really nice and strong here. In the next breath, we're gonna tap outside that right foot and then inhale, bring it over, tapping over here to the left. We're gonna do that again, make a tap. Last one, tap. And then try to bring this left foot in line with the body as you come up. I'm just turning because I want you guys to see the shapes that I'm making and not look at me like, what is she doing? All right, so we're up here, arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, slide that left hand down the left leg, right arm up, side stretch. Feel yourself expanding this whole side. So send your breath right here. Take one more deep breath in. Now on the exhale, we're gonna take the right foot down onto the mat. Right hand, sorry. Take the left arm up to the sky. You can make some circles in the wrist here. Send those hips and heart forward if you want to. Maybe make a circle on the shoulder. And then we're going to take that right foot, bring it in, and just sit outside of the foot. Sorry, I know my pants are the same color as my yoga mat, and it might be difficult to see, but if you've practiced with me before, we've done this a lot of times, so you probably know. Okay, let's get this left leg nice and active. We're going to gently turn toward that left leg. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. And then exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. While you're in this pose, circling back to your breathing. Maybe ask yourself, am I allowing my breath to energize my body? And am I still in this present moment? One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. And the next inhale coming all the way up. I like to grab under this left knee and just bring the left foot outside the right knee. We're going to move into a twist. So my left hand comes down to plant. Find length on the inhale, and then on the exhale, twisting over to the left. So you can hug this knee in here, or you can cross that right arm outside that knee and gently twist yourself. It's up to you, but whatever you are doing, make sure that you're still breathing. And on the inhales, I lengthen, so I don't even try to look that way. And then on the exhales, I try to find a deeper twist, even if it's just my eyes. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to slowly release. Bringing everything back to center. You can uncross the legs here. We're going to take another reverse tabletop. If Parvottanasana is in your practice, you can take that, which just is basically the same thing, but your legs are straight. So your legs are straight. You're going to push to the bottoms of the feet. You can go like this instead. But I'm tired today, so I'm going to do tabletop. Up to you though. So on the next breath in, push to the bottoms of the feet and the hands and lift the hips up to the sky. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Cool, go ahead and rock the knees side to side. I also feel like it's really awkward because of the silence, but like I can't play music or else YouTube will kick me off or something. So yeah, this is what the quarantine is like. All right, whenever you're ready, we're gonna just lay on our backs. Hug both knees in. We're gonna take a supine twist. So pick whichever leg you want. I'm extending the left leg, grabbing onto the right knee, Got my right arm out beside me, and my right shoulder is really nice and grounded, so this isn't going anywhere. And then just gently draw that right knee over to the left. Maybe doing the twist with the right leg bent. You can take your gaze over the right hand. Taking just 2 more nice deep breaths. And then on the next breath in, coming all the way back up to center. Just switch knees by hugging the left knee in, and maybe you need to adjust your hips on the ground first. Sometimes I do. My right hand's grabbing onto my left knee, my left shoulder is nice and grounded, and my left arm is extended. Drawing the left knee over the right. Gaze goes to the left. And now that we're nearing the end of practice, I feel like it's the most difficult to stay here, to stay present, and to stay breathing, especially just virtually. You know, in a yoga class, you have no choice because you're kind of locked in the room. But the breathing and the slow parts are still important. The next breath in, come all the way up. We're going to take a happy baby, so grabbing onto the outer blade edges of the feet. You can rock side to side. Just gently drawing that tailbone down onto the earth so we're not upright. We're drawing that tailbone down. We're going to take one more nice deep breath in together. So breathing in through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. And then open the mouth, let it all go. We're going to take just one more nice deep breath in this happy baby pose. And then we're going to move into our Shavasana, which is our final rest. And if you're here, I invite you to really take your Shavasana today, because I notice that a lot of times online people are like, I gotta move to the next thing. I've got so much to do. But it's important that we take time to center ourselves. You deserve it. So go ahead and lay on your back or take in whichever shape you'd like for Shavasana. Close your eyes. You can let your mind wander. And I'll guide you back when it's time. wherever you are. Go ahead and gently begin bringing awareness back into the body, and back into the breath. Start filling up the lungs, deep belly breathing. You can start by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe making some circles in the wrists and in the ankles. You can stretch your arms overhead like an early morning stretch. And then hug your knees into the center of your chest, rolling over onto the right side in a fetal pose. While you're here in this fetal position, leaving some space for gratitude. And in this space, I want you to really feel grateful. And I want you to choose a couple things off the top of your head that you want to really focus on, thank the universe for. Whenever you're ready, you can come to a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall, bringing your hands into heart center. Take a deep breath in, draw the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, sending them down the back. The light within me honors, loves, and respects the light within all of you. Namaste. So, happy Monday. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. I hope you have an amazing week. I love doing yoga on Mondays because I feel like it sets a good tone for the week. Yeah, that's it. If you were interested in taking this, well, obviously, if you took this class, you were here. If you are on my live and you're watching it later and you're like, dang, I wish I was there when it was live, just make sure to give me your email and sign up so that I can remind you about all these classes, because I'm not going to be able to remember to like text everybody or like DM everybody, and emails will work. So that's that. I love you guys. Happy Monday. Send me any requests for next week. I'll be here on Friday. And that's that. Oh, yeah, I love you guys. Oh, okay. I'll see you on Friday. And then Instagram's going to kick me off in 1 second. There we go. Okay, YouTube. Thanks. Message me if you have any requests. And that is that. I'll see you on Friday.